Hey, good people, how you doing? David Taub here, co-creator of NextLevelGuitar.com. Hope all is well, and I hope your guitar journey is going famously. And today we're doing our continuing series on lead guitar, where we're taking a kind of cool progressive progression, and we are playing some kind of cool licks and lead techniques and devices and modes and scales over them. And we're using this lesson as a template, basically, so you could take these devices and techniques and kind of blast it across all your playing. And in the previous lesson, we talked about the scales we were using, and I showed you ways to start connecting them across the neck. So I hope you've been doing that and having fun with it. And I also showed you a lick technique using half steps, so be sure to tune into the previous lesson. This lesson will probably go over maybe something I was doing with some arpeggios and maybe some tap harmonic techniques, things like that, to add a little flash to your playing. Hey, and if you want a free video lesson that's not here on YouTube, and a free ebook that coincides, I'll send it to you for free. All you have to do is, in the description box, in the YouTube description box, click on the link in that box, and then follow the screens, and I will send you a free video lesson that's not on YouTube and a coinciding ebook. It has tons of scales diagrammed out, tons of lessons. It's very cool. You'll enjoy it. Just click on that link. We'll send it to you for free from Next Level Guitar. So remember, the progression we're playing over is just a D sus2 to a D sus2 over B flat. So I'm just adding that bass note. So this lesson will probably have a couple parts to it. You know, I'll do a few techniques and devices here in this one, and then the next one we'll do some more stuff so you could build on what you're learning. So be sure to tune into all the lessons in this series and, you know, really work them up over jam tracks. So important. And if you want the track that I'm playing over here, I have it on our website, nextlevelguitar.com. There's a free day, there's a free 3-day all-access site pass right on the homepage. So just under the video on the homepage, click Start Your Trial Now, then go into the Jam Track section and download it's titled D sus2 to B flat progressive jam. Download that track, and then you could use that as well as give the site a good test drive for 3 days and enjoy it. See how you like it. You know, we have over 1,500 video lessons, all levels, beginner, intermediate, advanced, all genres of music. So check it out, but go there for this track because it's a lot of fun to play over, right? And download that progression so you could practice these techniques over it, and then blast these across all you're playing, make them your own, and have fun with them, right? And remember, like I said in the first ones, it's really all about the sound. What sounds do you like? You might want to play, like in these lessons, we're using the D natural minor scale, D Aeolian mode over this. You might like the sound of D minor pentatonic and blues better, and certainly practice that and play your pentatonic licks over it, and it'll sound fine. I'm going after a specific sound. And that's kind of what the modes are all about. You know, the modes of the major scale is about, you know, they each have their unique mood to them. And I want to create this kind of dark, kind of modal sounding, you know, a diatonic sound with 3 notes per string and a lot of legato style. So that's why I chose natural minor. You could mix it with pentatonic, or you could play all pentatonic, you know, whatever you want. Music, it's so awesome. There's so many choices and avenues and roads and different things you can follow. My God, it's awesome. Okay. So, hope you enjoyed the last lesson. So this lesson, let's take a fun little arpeggio, and I did something kind of cool with it I think you'll like, and you could use this whenever you're playing your arpeggios when you have this half step. And again, it's kind of based off of a sound. So what I did was I played a minor 7th arpeggio in the key of D. That arpeggio looks like this. Right? D minor 7th arpeggio. The root is right here. 5th fret on the A string. That's movable too. If you move it a whole step back, it's a C minor 7th arpeggio. If you move it a whole step forward, you're on an E minor 7th arpeggio. Okay, and if you remember from the first lesson, I really like the way the sound in this D minor, kind of we're playing over. I really like the way they sound that E note, especially the E to F, and I did that a lot in the solo because I like the sound of, in the key of D minor, E is the 2nd, F is your flat 3rd. I really like that 2nd, that 9th. It's a very lonely sounding note that has a lot of drama, so I play off that a lot. So what I did in this arpeggio is I slide up to it with my pinky. and then slide back. And then I bend off of a half step to give it a little bit more drama, where I'm bending again off of the E note up to the F. Right? So if I play it slow, it sounds like this. Right? So what I'm doing is, when I get up high, you got to slide really fast with the pinky up to that E note at the 12th fret and back, and then pull off to the 1st finger on the 5th fret, and then 6th fret, pull off the 5th fret on the B string, and then real quick bend that with the 1st finger, 5th string up a half step. I'm sorry, 5th fret. A little vibrato. Here it is a little faster. Right, it has that kind of exotic, a little more exotic sound when you play a little faster, right? And the whole trick is really milk that bend, right? So that's a really cool thing that you could do, sliding and also bending the half steps after an arpeggio or within the arpeggio. Try it with some other arpeggios. Another thing that I was doing, I did in the intro, was I played a lick with some tap harmonics, but I was moving them. And that's kind of cool too. I believe the lick I did was something like this. Right? So here I was playing off my C note, D note, and E note on the G string. 5th, 7th, 9th fret. But tap harmonics are nice because you get them every time you just tap the string 12 frets above a fretted note. And they sound great all over the neck. So for instance, if I'm on the 5th fret, if I count 12 to that, that's 17. And I just lightly tap on that 17th fret. So I'm kind of throwing my finger out right on top of the fret, not behind it like you're fretting a note. It's right on the wire. Hit it and then like take your hand off really quick like you're touching a hot pot or something like that. And you get that 12 frets above everything. Like, so on the 7th fret if I tap 19, and then on the 9th fret 21. So you sound that tap harmonic, right? I'm tapping on a 17, 19, and 21, but I'm sliding the note. See, that's a trick. A lot of times you can just throw in these tap harmonics, but I'm sliding with the fret hand. That adds the extra little spice to it. So the lick, see how I slide into each tap? And I really like the way that sounds. But try it with other notes in the scales I was showing you, and try going 12 frets above. Something else that gives you a sound like that was I played a lick like this, using the tremolo arm. And when I use the tremolo bar, I generally go for more subtle things, but in this instance, what I'm doing is I'm playing a note, and again, this is right out of that D natural minor scale, or F major. Remember we talked about that in the first lesson. Right? You should be practicing connecting those scales. So what I'm doing is I'm playing 2nd, 3rd, 5th, and 7th frets in this particular lick. And then all I'm doing is I'm hitting the note, and then I'm dropping slightly the bar. But I add something. Then I quickly slide to the next note in the scale. And you get that dip and then the return to pitch because I'm sliding it and the bar's returning. And it takes a little bit of finesse in timing before you can get it to sound really smooth. Just subtle. I'm not going way down, dropping it octaves or anything. And then once you get it, you know, so it's basically pick, drop bar, slide. Pick, tap bar, slide. Right? I can also do that. You can also do that where you bang the end of the bar and get that kind of Oz Fox kind of effect, which is kind of cool because the bar will vibrate if it's tight. That's kind of a cool thing too. But in this particular instance, I was just doing, and I ended up. There's my D note. And right at the, that's kind of lick I was doing, and I was adding the tap harmonic. So that's some easy ways that you could add some flash into your playing. It looks kind of cool. It's not real difficult to do once you get the hang of it. So you could try adding those tap harmonics, sliding the notes around with your fret hand as you're tapping with your right hand. And also you could try that little whammy bar little thing. Sounds kind of cool. And also the arpeggio kind of sliding, where I was playing the arpeggio, sliding, and then bending the note. That bend, especially on the half step, is critical. It sounds so awesome. Those half steps are very melodic, you know? So you want to throw that in there and try it, and make sure you're bending in pitch, you know? You want to definitely check the note if you're not sure on the one finger bend. And then try that with other arpeggios where you have a half step, right? I get a lot of questions on gear. I tend to keep it pretty simple. All I did in the intro, my tone in the intro for this lesson, all it is I'm playing a Paul Reed Smith USA made 513 guitar, and I switched between playing one of the, it's all single coils, but some of them are wired together, but I played between the back two and then all the way up on the neck pickup. And then I just run straight into a Diesel VH4S head and cabinet, and I'm just using the amp distortion. The only effect I have on is a little delay. I have a analog MXR carbon copy delay, so I'm running from the guitar and right into the front of the amp. I have the delay in the effects loop, so it's out of the chain when it's out. So that's all that tone is. Very simple, just using amp distortion. That's it. And then when I'm teaching this, obviously, just for instructional purpose, I take the delay off and I turn the gain down. That's basically it. I tend to keep it simple on gear, but you do what sounds best to your ears, and certainly experiment and be creative and have fun with it. So give those little techniques a try, and try them over the track. Try connecting the scale. If you don't have that track, remember, go to the website in the jam track section, and it's under the D-sus2 to D-sus2/B flat chord, and you could download it and try it. There's a 3-day free pass on the home page, so you can use that track and also check out some of the other lessons on there for free. Give the site a good test drive, and see how you like it. And remember, use these techniques in your other jams. Check out the website, have fun with it, subscribe to our YouTube videos, click on that subscribe button, right? I'm David Taub, co-creator of nextlevelguitar.com. Be sure to check out the next part of this lesson. We'll talk about some more techniques, and I'll see you then. Take care and rock on.